Hello my Sherbears, welcome back. Today's video is my fourth update. I think this is the fourth update for the A to Z hashtag PantasticLadies. Excuse the noise, they are tearing up our street this year and replacing it. So we're happy about this. So I'm not going to complain too loudly, but it's going to be a long summer. So, if you don't know about the project from A to Z project, it is created by the PantasticLadies. It was created by Amanda D and Jessica from, they started the group as well as they started this project, and it is basically products that either have the letter in it or are started with the letter in some way, because some of them are a little more difficult to pick. So it's 26 products and we have a year to get through it. I will leave the names of the creators down below. I will also leave a file linking you to everybody who's taking part in it. It is a huge collab, a very huge collab, and it's a file, so there are people on Instagram, there are people on YouTube, and there's people just posting on the Facebook group. I will also leave a link to the Facebook group if you wish to join. You just have to answer a few simple questions and you can be in. It is a marvelous group because you get so much support for panning. That being said, let's get into my update. My first product I chose for the letter A was Makeup Geek Single Eyeshadow in Americano. My goal is to hit pan. At this point, I'm lucky to have a little tiny dip. You don't need very much of this. It is going slowly, but I have been using it. I have it on my eyes today. I do love this. So I have a lot of Makeup Geek. I could probably do everything in Makeup Geek use for this project. I really could. So that is my goal on that one. I have not hit it. Next, for B, I have my Blinc Electric Eyes palette, which was a collab with Boxycharm. So Blinc and Boxycharm, and my goal is to hit pan on Rhodoni. I have not used this month at all. I have been working on other colors, and this is so creamy. You don't need very much. I use it on the outer corner of my eye and then blend it in a bit to make a very pretty look, but I did not use this. But I'm not sad because this is actually one of the newer products that are in this project, I think. Next was Urban Decay palette, and it is my Alice Through the Looking Glass palette. This is for C, and my goal was to hit pan on Cake, and I have hit pan on Cake, and I am so happy I've hit pan on Cake because I'm sick of using this color. This is because I had to keep dipping in and dipping in and dipping in. The pigmentation just wasn't there, and then I'd blend it a bit and then it'd blend away, so I'd have to build it up again, build it up again. So I am glad I am done using this. At some point I will re-evaluate this palette because I have used this palette before, and I have to say that a lot of the other ones didn't work like that. They worked much better. It had better pigmentation. I mean, it is Urban Decay. You expect better pigmentation. And I know Jen Loves Reviews loves this palette, but I just chose Cake and it was for the color, and maybe I should have chose another thing for C instead of that, but I wanted to use this palette so that I could say I'm actually using it as not just for the pretty butterfly that's inside, because that's pretty. It really is. It's very pretty. This is probably my prettiest palette. maybe. Yeah, I think it's my prettiest palette. So I'm glad to say that one is done. Next was, where is it? For the letter D, David's Tea Lip Balm in Mango Madness. It is done. I cannot roll it up anymore. Because I didn't have another lip balm beside my bed, my lips were so dry, I was like rubbing my finger in it to apply it to my lips. So it is gone. Would I repurchase this again? I don't even know if you can get it anymore. It may have been just like a one-off thing. They were by the till at David's Tea and I picked up 3 of them, so I do have 2 more that I can use at some point, but for this project that's done. Actually, I'm going to do this. I have a few things I have to put in my empties, which I haven't been doing empties because I want to do a big tally at the end of the year. I see it all the time and I thought, oh, yeah, I want to do that. Those were from other projects, just so you know. Next was my E, and I chose Stila. Windows, Eyes Are the Windows, and this is of the Soul palette, and it actually has 2 in here that I'm using. But for E, I chose Essence, and I don't know if it will pick up. I am just using this to line my eyes. I haven't been putting it on the outer corner. If I did, I'd probably go through it even faster, but who knows. There is quite a bit of side pan showing on the side because that's just where I'm dipping my brush in, because then I can kind of like brush it off a little bit before I apply it to my eyes and I don't get raccoon eyes. So I do have a dip, but it's hard to show on camera because it's over at the side. But I am using it. In fact, I have it on today as my liner. Next was F, and I chose my Avon Metalic Fringe Frayed Edges nail polish. I am considering this done. When I go to use it, all I get is glitter. It's very chunky and it catches on everything. So I'm considering this good enough. I am decluttering it. That's it. There's no more to be had in here. And I don't even think that adding a thinner would help because it's not really good anymore. It's just like it catches on everything. So I'd have to put about 5 layers of top coat on for it not to catch on things. And if you don't know, I work at a clothing store, so I am constantly handling clothes and I really don't want to fray them. Excuse the pun. So I'm considering that done. Next is G, and I chose my Guerlain Lingerie Depot, and of course it fell over. So I am here, right there, which is quite impressive because I was trying out different foundations this past month. But the last few times that I've gone to use this, I really have to work to get anything out of the pump. And the other thing is I can't get this off. This does not come off. I have tried every which way. So I think I'm going to have to call it quits on it because I literally had to pump it like 7 times to get a little tiny dot of this. So I think it's pretty much at the end, and I had it standing up, it wasn't sitting down, so it's the pump isn't pumping it up, which means I can't use it. Not that I'm sad about this because I don't like this foundation. I really don't like it. I don't know why I don't like it. It's not like super bad. I will say that it's heavily scented, but I think it would be better suited for somebody with normal to dry skin, if that makes sense. And I have combination to normal. Like, I do get a little oily in my T-zone, but that seems to be calming down too. So I don't know why it won't pop out, but I'm done. It actually took me so long just to do foundation the other day because I had to pump so long to get anything just to do my foundation. So I calling it quits. That's finished. So long. I will never repurchase foundation. Won't. Just won't. But I worked through it. I got through it because it's expensive. The next thing was my Lancome Hypnostrama mascara. That is gone. I finished that pretty quick. Next is my Tarteist Pro palette, and I chose Innocent for Eye. And my goal is to hit pan, and I hate taking pictures of this one. I really do because it's so shiny. It smells so good though. This is Innocent, which is the one that I am working on to hit pan. I don't know if it'll even pick up, but pretty much the entire Tarte embossing is gone on it. So I believe that I will be able to get through this by the end of the year. I am using it as a transition shade, and I have to say this is pretty powdery. Like, I don't know if you can tell, my mirror is covered in powder. All around it is covered in powder. Even like the side one beside it has a little bit of that in it, and it's like all I do is dip my brush in it. It's like, I don't think it matches the Anastasia Beverly Hills Subculture palette, but probably getting pretty close. And I don't recall having that problem with any of the other shadows, just that one, so I don't know if it's just more pigmentation in that one or what, but I am using that on my eyes, as well as another product that is in this one. For J, I had my Joe Fresh Mattifying Primer, and it's gone. I cannot get any more out of that. There's like this little tiny bit at the end. I have repurchased this because it's my favorite drugstore primer. My favorite. So I have repurchased this, and they have changed the package, so that's good. Because that was my biggest complaint about it. For K, I chose my Stila Eyes Are the Windows of the Soul palette again, but this time I chose Kitten. I don't know if it'll pick up. It does have a dip. I'm actually wearing this today. One thing I will say, you need to wear a glitter primer with this because otherwise you do get fallout under your eyes, but it is beautiful. Kitten is probably one of the most famous Stila products ever. You just associate Kitten with Stila. At least I do. It's what I always hear about on YouTube. For L, I chose my blush in, it's a Milani blush in Luminoso. And I have been using this. My goal is to flatten it. It's getting flatter. It's getting there. I'm actually wearing that today. It's actually been the blush I've been wearing most of the time, except for a little stint with a couple others. But sometimes you have to veer off and then find out you don't really like one of them anymore because the pigmentation seems to be gone on it. But I still like this one. And I like the fact that I can put this on. I don't need to worry about highlighting because it gives me that just subtle sheen to the skin. Just makes you look a little more refreshed. So, and it is a great blush for spring and summer. For M, I chose Mary Kay Oil Mattifier, and this was a deceiving package because I can't squeeze out air out of it to make it go flat, and it's gone. Last time I went to go use it, I thought, oh, there's nothing in here. So it's done. So that's another product out of my out of this project. For, here it is. like I lost it. For N, I chose NARS Chelsea Girl Lip Gloss, and can you see that? Like, you could actually see the line right through it. I have been on like a lip gloss kick, and there's two of them I've been using, and I have made a lot of difference. The difference is I take it with me to work, and then I can reapply every once in a while. So that has gone from there to there. I'm still enjoying it. No complaints. Still in there. Next was O, and I chose Ofra's Charmed, and this is a little less impressive. So that's where I started, or I started up here. That was my last update, and this is my update for this time. And there's very little progress. I have not worn this whole lot. I haven't been into the liquid lipsticks because I had another liquid lipstick that I didn't use at all. So at least I used this one. It's not that I don't like it. I love the formula. I love the lipstick, but next is P, and I chose Essence Porcelain Doll Lipstick, and my goal is to just use half of this, and that's where I am. This is more of a lip balm consistency, and where am I? I'm right here. So I think the red line is where I am. I think that after this next month, because I am using it, I'll probably pull it out and say it is done, but I still got it in here. It is more of a lip gloss or a glossy consistency, so it's not horrible. Next is Q, and fortunately in Canada we have Quo. So I chose my Quo Rocket palette, and my goal is to hit pan on this shade right here. I don't know if it'll pick it up. There is quite a big dip. I'm actually using this in my crease today too, and it's not my favorite Quo eyeshadow, but I don't hate it. I mean, it's neither here nor there. I wouldn't go searching for it, but it's not bad, and it works for what I'm using it for. It looks more pigmented in the pan. I will say that. It looks more pigmented in the pan. Next is my Rimmel Nude Liner, and I've used this, and this is going to be one of those things that I don't know that I'll finish it by the end of the year because you use so little. I'm not even wearing it today because my eyes are watering so bad. So this was my third update was right there. And this is where I am right now. So I have used it, and obviously I've sharpened it, but it's just going to be there for a while. It's not a bad thing. I think it's my only nude liner I have, so that's not a bad thing. Next is for S, and I chose my Lorac Mega Pro 3 palette and Sequoia. Very little change on it. I know these are supposed to be easy to pan, but I guess because I don't reach for that shade in particular all the time. So it does have a dip, but it's nothing too spectacular yet. I think I'll probably get more use out of it come fall, now that we're moving into spring, but we're almost moving into summer, but I think I'll get more use out of it come then. I don't hate it at all. It looks nice, and I can even bring it a little into my crease. It's just I'm not drawn to that color right now. Next was T, and I chose my Sally Hansen Troublemaker nail polish. I did not use this at all, not once, but I also told you I'm not going to be sad if this is still Oh wait, I did use it. I used it to stamp butterflies on my fingers on top of my turquoise pop. But that didn't use very much, really. So I did use it once, but I'm not going to be sad if this isn't gone because this is one of my newer nail polishes. I just really like purple nail polish, and that's why I put it in there, and it started with T, and you know the drill. Next was you, and I chose my Tarte Holiday palette from 2016, and I'm losing my voice because I think I'm allergic to stuff. My goal is just to wear off the pattern on this bronzer, but I'm noticing it is very shimmery. It didn't show shimmer a lot in the beginning, and now it's very shimmery. Like, I put this on the other day and I looked in the mirror and I'm like, why am I so shimmery? And yeah, it was that. The only reason I know it was that was the only products I used that would have even had shimmer was this, because I used my peachy matte, just peachy palette, and I hadn't used any powder, and I was using a matte blush, so yeah, it was definitely that. It wasn't in my foundation. I don't have sparkly foundation, so yeah, I noticed I was very sparkly. Very sparkly. So it's one of those things that I'm kind of going a little easier on it. Not that sparkly, just a little sparkly. Next for V, I chose my Avon gel nail polish in very, and I have not used any. It is of the same line, but this is one of those colors that every once in a while I just get in the mood and that's the color I grab. I've just been wearing lighter colors. It's spring. What can I say? For W, I chose my Wet n Wild single eyeshadow in Brulee. I don't know if you will be able to see. I have drawn like or engraved a line. I'm very close to hitting my goal on this. My goal is just to use half of it. And I would say I maybe have a week left, which is why I pulled another cream shadow into one of my other projects. So I do really like this, and obviously I use it a lot. Although I did have a little piece over in this corner that fell out. I thought it was still attached, and I opened it and it like fell onto the counter, and I'm like, oh, okay, I guess that's partial panning, but what do you do? It's not that I don't love it. Then for X, I chose ColourPop eyeliner in Exit, and it's gone. I used this on my eyelid to try and make cake work a little bit better. It didn't, but I won't ever buy a white eyeliner again because yeah, it wasn't good. It was okay, but it's just not me. I don't know if I'm explaining that right. Certain people that works perfect. For me, I can't use it in my waterline. It just looked really bad in my waterline, like super bad. Whereas I can use the nude one, and I mean, this will last forever. So I'll just keep using nude. Next was my MAC eyeshadow in nylon, so the Y in nylon. And that's where I am, and does it look any different? No. If I get a dip in this, I'll be extremely happy. I'm not hitting pan, which is originally what I wanted to do, but I'm not going to hit pan. If I get a dip in this by the end of the year, I'll be extremely happy because you don't need a whole lot of it. for it to show up. I'm sure that Jaclyn Hill went through tons of them, and that's the reason why I even bought it, was because of Jaclyn Hill, who I don't even watch anymore. I am not subscribed to her, nothing. Wow. Next, this one is exciting because today I hit pan on it, and this is my product for Z, and this is Mary Kay's Hazelnut. The Z in Hazelnut is what I did. My goal is to use this up though. So there's my pan. I hit it this morning and I was actually shocked that I hit it, because I was like, oh, I've probably got a couple more days at least before I hit pan. And I'm like, whoa, there's pan, and it's like significant pan. So I'm super excited about this. It's not the best product. Mary Kay's eyeshadows used to be way better before they went to the mineralized formula. I'm not saying, I'm just saying. They used to be way better. So, yeah. So, that is everything for this A to Z Project Pan update. I hope you've enjoyed this. Please make sure to check out all the other ladies. Much love, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now.